Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Ebony Christina from ebonychristina.com. I am on a layover right now in Las Vegas, Nevada. I've been here for almost 24 hours. I have a late check-in tonight for my flight to Cancun, which is going to be my next layover. But I figured since I'm in this nice hotel, they have a staying at Trump Hotel, and it's really nice here. So since I'm staying at this nice hotel, I figure since I have time, I should do another YouTube video. So this video I'm gonna do today is talking all about my transition from regional to mainline. I wanna tell you guys how I did it, what my experience was like, and how you can do it too. But before I get to the video, I want to give you guys a room tour and show you how nice my room is. Then I'm going to get dressed because I'm just lounging around in my robe right now, and I'll go ahead and get the video started. This is my suite that I'm staying in, which is really nice and so comfortable. Even has like basically a full kitchen. Nice little stainless steel stove, refrigerator for when you want to bring your lunch and meal prep. Nice decor. Here's my view. So I am on the 55th floor. So this is my view from my hotel. Not too bad. Very nice room and comfortable. So here's the bathroom. Look at this. Isn't that nice? Look at that decor. Love this bathroom. They even have a scale to weigh yourself. Jacuzzi tub. I'm just saying. Dope, right? Okay, this is a nice hotel. Like I said, this is one of the biggest perks of being mainline is the hotels are really nice. They're usually like 4.5 stars. So I'm really loving these hotels on my layovers. But let me go ahead and get dressed really quick, put on some clothes, get my life together, and I'm gonna go ahead and get the video started. So I want to do a story time today, and my story time, I want to talk about how I transitioned from working as a regional flight attendant to a mainline flight attendant. Now, I'm sure a lot of y'all don't even realize that I was working regional, and you probably don't even know the difference between a regional airline and a mainline airline. So I'm gonna go over that difference, kind of get you guys up to speed. I've noticed that a lot of my fly girls and my fly guys have been getting conditional job offers with regional carriers, and the question they always ask me is, how can I transition from regional to mainline? How did you do it? How long did it take? Is it possible? Is it bad that I'm starting with regional? Should I have gone straight to mainline? So I want to kind of answer those questions for you so you guys can get an idea of how I did it and how you can do it too. And let me tell you, it is such an easy, simple process. All you have to do is get in regional first, get your experience. Once you get your experience, apply to mainline, and you get out, and then you begin flying with mainline. Now, if you've been following me on YouTube for a while and also follow me on social media, you may notice that a few months ago I kind of went MIA. I wasn't posting any new YouTube videos, and I also wasn't posting on my IG frequently. And the reason for that is because I was in flight attendant training for the second time. But the second time I was in training to become a flight attendant for a mainline carrier, which was my dream and is a lot of flight attendants' dream. Every flight attendant wants to work for the big airline. You want to work for that mainline carrier, make the most money, go to the best destinations, and stay in the nicest hotel. So I finally made that dream a reality. Let me start by explaining the difference between a regional airline and a mainline airline. So a regional airline is usually a smaller airline that is contracted from mainline carriers to work their smaller routes domestically. So a mainline carrier are the big names. They're the big brands that you've heard of: United, Delta, Southwest, American Airlines. Those are mainline carriers. They usually operate domestically as well as international. They have the big planes, the Airbuses, the Boeings. So previously I was working as a regional flight attendant. I had been working as a regional flight attendant for a little under a year. How I started with regional was because when I first started applying to become a flight attendant, as I explained in my very first YouTube video on how to become a flight attendant, as I explained, I put out several applications. I put out about 3 applications. 2 were mainline and 1 was for a regional carrier. Well, the only airline at the time that would give me a chance was this regional carrier. I went to the open session, got the job offer on the spot to attend training. I didn't really know much about regional carriers or the difference between mainline, and honestly I didn't care. I just wanted to become a flight attendant. But I ended up working for the regional airline for almost a year, and I really did like it. But naturally, in any flight attendant's career, usually the next step after you work regional is to upgrade, level up, and work mainline. You get higher pay, better seniority with your flight benefits. The hotels are much better. You watched my very first How to Become a Flight Attendant video. Look at the difference between the hotel that I recorded in and this hotel. Like, if you see the difference, if you look at the two videos, you compare the hotel I was in, like, this is a huge difference from that hotel. It's definitely a level up for real. And then when I was working regional, the hotels were more like 3.5 star hotels. They weren't the worst hotels. I mean, they were decent. They weren't like shady or anything, but they weren't as like, you know, comfortable and schwanky as this. One day when I was working regional, it was almost a year into my job. I was almost there for about a year. I ended up flying with this pilot, and we were talking, and he was like, you know, he kind of complimented me on, you know, my work ethic and, you know, how I conducted myself. And he was like, well, why aren't you working for such and such airline? You know, they're hiring. And I was told him, like, yeah, I know, but, you know, I applied like a year ago. They turned me down. I don't know if I'm ready to apply again. What if they turn me down again? And, you know, blah, 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 making up all these excuses. So he was like, well, I mean, try again. Like, who cares? It doesn't matter. They're open. They're going to accept you. Can't you reapply? So I thought about it, and I'm like, okay, what the hell? He's right. What's the worst that can happen? I'm already working as a flight attendant. So even if they turn me down a second time, my life would simply go back to normal. Like, nothing would change. I wouldn't lose. So I was like, okay, when I get home, when this trip is over, I'm going to submit my application and try and get in and just leave it in fate's hand and see what happens. I got home, updated my little resume, submit my application. Literally just 3 days later, I ended up getting an email from the airline to do the video interview. Now, before, they wouldn't even allow me to do the video interview. I didn't get past the application process. Like, yeah, it was that serious. I didn't even get past the application process. But finally, this time, they gave me an opportunity. As soon as I got that email, like, I knew that this job was mine, because that was all I needed, was just an opportunity. The airline finally gave me an opportunity. I did the video interview. I killed it. They invited me probably about 6 days later. They sent me an email inviting me to their face-to-face. Went to their face-to-face and got a job offer on the spot. Like, it all happened so fast yet again. Like, this industry really moves fast with the hiring process. So I'm like tripping out. I'm like, wait, what just happened? Like, I wasn't planning any of this. I was happy with my little 76-seater airplane. I was happy with my base in Houston. You know, I was having a good time. But I feel like when you put your intentions out into the universe and you have a goal that you want to accomplish, the universe will conspire to help you out, to help you achieve that when the time is right. And looking back, I feel like I was meant to be at that regional airline to get that experience, and the time to work for mainline just wasn't the right time. But because I had that experience under my belt, at least 6 months, that is what I believe opened the door for me to work with mainline. That is why I think starting at regional is not a bad idea. It's actually a great idea, because you learn so much in that time, in such a small amount of time, and you have so many different experiences. My advice to anyone who has either recently received additional job offer for a regional airline, or if you're just getting into the process of applying to become a flight attendant, my advice to you is don't be afraid to start with regional. Start where you are. That is perfectly fine. It's going to give you the experience you need. You're going to make some great friends. You're going to have fun. You're going to be able to travel the world. Once you get into regional, all you need is about 6 months experience, and then go ahead and apply with the mainline carrier, and you give the best interview that you're capable of, and you tell them everything you've learned in your 6 months as a regional flight attendant. You're in. Like, it's no reason why you can't become a mainline flight attendant within 6 months. What I've learned over the years is that when you have a goal, you have intention set, you have a positive attitude, and you just give your best where you are, magically, like, it's just like your dreams will come true. Magically, you will accomplish your goal. When I got the email and they said, hey, we want to invite you to do a video interview, I immediately put a game plan into action. I began to do research on Glassdoor.com to research the interview questions that they may ask me for my airline. I began to practice the questions. I wrote them down. I recited them out loud to myself. I picked out a wardrobe that I would wear. I wore the perfect shade of red lipstick. I was just the picture perfect flight attendant. If you go into that job and you know why you're there and you know where you're going and you focus on those two aspects, there's no reason why you cannot take it to the next level. You definitely can take it to the next level. If I can do it, you can do it. I stay at nice hotels now. My destinations are cooler. You know, I'm in Vegas today. I go to Cancun tomorrow. I was just in San Diego. I've been to Venice, Italy. I've been to Scotland. Where else? San Francisco. I mean, you name it, and I've been to these places already, and I'm just getting started as a mainline flight attendant. So the doors have really opened up, and I'm just so grateful, and that's why I want to inspire you guys. You know, if you're at a place where you're applying to jobs now, and maybe you don't get your dream airline right away, you know, maybe they do turn you down the first time you submit an application, but don't let that stop you, and don't give up there. With that being said, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at Ebony Christina. That's EBONYXTINA. I'll put that link below. Also, join my Facebook group, Fly Girls Guide. If you're looking for a community of like-minded women and men who are aspiring to become flight attendants and you need some inspiration and motivation, make sure you join my Facebook group. I'll put the link below, or you can search Fly Girls Guide in Facebook and request to join. Make sure you check out my new blog, ebonychristina.com, for everything flight attendant related. Thanks for watching, and I will see y'all next time. Bye. Mwah.